Oh, what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Builder here. Welcome everyone to WWE NXT Review, the show from May 22nd, 2019. They're at Full Sail University. Your commentators were Mauro Renaro, Nigel McGuinness, and Beth Phoenix. So let's get right to the show. This will be more build-ups where it pertains to NXT TakeOver 25. So, let's see, what was the opening here? Oh yeah, so they basically show replays about what happened with the Viking Raider, excuse me, the Viking Raiders. They was going to rigorous, let go, surrender the championships basically on NXT tag team titles because they're on Raw now. Street Profits comes out and challenges them, and then also match happened ends up in chaos with the Forgotten Sons, and then with 1-2, which is Orton Lorcan and Dane Birch. And then that's one of the whole thing where with the Viking Raiders. I also forgot to mention this too, by the way, folks. What pertains to the last review I did, what pertains to NXT, where the Viking Raiders were pinned by Street Profits after the match was over though. Basically the Street Profits made a 3 count, 1, 2, 3, fast count and everything. Claiming that they could beat the Viking Raiders. But I'll get to more of that when we get to Regal. But then the Viking Raiders ends up laying the belts down in the ring. They took a bow, and that was the one thing I talked. I think I talked about that last time I did the NXT review. So but basically that was the way of relinquishing the NXT Tag Team Championships. And then we get to William Regal, the NXT General Manager, where he announced what pertains to happen on the last time on NXT, where the Street Profits did the whole 1, 2, 3, even though the match was already over, and Regal pointed out that it was an official win, obviously, but when Regal decided to do something what pertains to a solution for the NXT Tag Team Championships that the Viking Raiders relinquish. So at TakeOver 25, it's going to be representing Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, aka reDRagon. The Street Profits, Montel Ford and Angelo Dawkins. 1 and 2, which is Orton Lorcan, Dane Birch. And the Forgotten Sons, which is going to be Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler, for the NXT Tag Team Championships Fatal 4-Way Ladder Match. I'm already sold for that, folks. I'm already sold. I cannot wait. So, then we get to the Undisputed Era with, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, and the leader of NXT. I mean, not the leader of NXT. I meant to say the leader of Undisputed Era, known as Adam Cole, baby. So they came out, and basically they talk about how they're just a strong faction. They're back on the same page and everything. And then Gargano comes out, and basically they start Gargano and Adam Cole were exchanging words and everything. Basically, what pertains to the 2 out 3 Falls match with the NXT Championship and all that. And then all of a sudden, while all this is going on, Matt Riddle comes out and blindsides Undisputed Era. And then he's starting getting outnumbered, so Gargano joins in the fight. Also, we get securities and referees coming out to for the pull apart here. And the match was made later on, where it pertains to Matt Riddle and Johnny Gargano versus Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. We'll get to that later. That ends up being the main event. We get to Sean Molota. He's the 3rd generation of the NOI family, and I believe he's the cousin. This is cousin, one of the cousins of Roman Reigns. But yeah, Sean Alua, that's his name they're going by. He goes against Mansoor. Mansoor, I meant to say. That's what I meant to say, Mansoor. So the match happens between these two guys. I've seen these two guys wrestle before, and these two guys wrestling each other here. It was pretty decent. In the end, Mansoor ends up winning the match with the. I'm trying to remember how he did it though. a reverse DT, holding, lifting, twisting type of suplex type of way. The way it was done, it was pretty cool. It was like a color in the way too as well. I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, Mansoor ends up winning the match. And there you go. We get Kathy Kelly waiting outside of Winrigo's office. Winrigo is in his office shouting and yelling at the Undisputed Era. Undisputed Era is leaving the office. Winrigo ends up coming out there, to calm himself down and talk to Kathy Kelly about what's going to happen what pertains to Undisputed Era. So Undisputed Era, with themselves again, causing this chaos and everything on NXT. Matt Riddle will be taking on Roderick Strong at TakeOver 25, and then also what pertains to Matt Riddle and Johnny Gargano versus Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish in the main event of NXT, and we'll get to that later on. And that was it. We get to NXT. We get the NXT North American Champion, the Velveteen Dream. He comes out in his high demands, which means people are looking to. And this is his words coming out of his mouth, where people are looking to hold the Dream, touch the Dream, feel the Dream, whatever. I don't know. It was weird the way he was saying it. And then he says, but the Dream is too big to hold, basically. And he said you can experience it though, and all that. And also we get a familiar music playing on NXT, and it's the return of Tyler Breeze. So Tyler Breeze is officially back home where he belongs on NXT. But there's a problem here though. Tyler Breeze is getting the chants from the crowds. Breeze is gorgeous, and that's the chant I fucking hate. Grown men in the crowds chanting Breeze is gorgeous. And then they started doing welcome back chants. Well, you had me with welcome back chants, but Breeze is gorgeous chants, unbelievable. So Breeze basically saying that that the Velveteen Dream is like a Marvin copy of Tyler Breeze and all that. Basically, and then also the Velveteen Dream is talking to Tyler Breeze, saying that we're not here to play cops and robbers. Pertains to the what was the thing they did again? The fashion file, the fashion file show, something like that. I'm trying to remember what was the segment they did back, when they were on SmackDown. Fandango and Tyler Breeze. The Fashion Files. Yeah, it was the Fashion Files. Now I remember. But yeah, that's what our Velveteen Dream was referring to. And then he said to Tyler Breeze, which I thought it was clever. He said, you couldn't cut it on Monday and Tuesday nights, what pertains to Raw on Monday nights and SmackDown on Tuesday nights. And he came back on NXT, to demand the spotlight that belongs to the Dream and everything. So basically, throwing shades at Tyler Breeze that he didn't do well on the main roster, which is why he ends up being back on NXT. And Tyler Breeze, couldn't hack it. He said, basically, what pertains to Velveteen Dream saying that to him, and he says, he's uninspired, because Velveteen Dream is trying to is trying to be just like Tyler Breeze. And then the Velveteen Dream ends up throwing shades back at him, and also they want to do a selfie. Basically the Dream wanted to do a selfie with him. And then Breeze's like, okay, we'll do that. And then Dream Breeze meant to say, Breeze also saying to him, after he's getting ready to do a selfie, he said, when you write your phone number on your trunks and no one calls you up, it's because no one is interested. And then he took a shot, and then he hits him, and then basically hits Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream falls down, and basically that's gonna be a match for TakeOver 25. Now it hasn't been official yet, but that's gonna be the match though, which I fucking hate. It should have been Keith Lee, in my opinion, but we're gonna get Tyler Breeze instead. Whatever. We get Kathy Kelly talking about catching up with Tyler Breeze. She wonders what's his motivation of attacking the Dream, and he says he's an NXT OG, and he wanted to introduce the Dream to inspired Tyler Breeze. He says he didn't actually say that, but you know, but it's a nickname that he's got for himself, which is Prince Pretty, and that's probably the last time I ever say that to Tyler Breeze. We get Candice LeRae versus Rina Gonzalez. Match itself, it was pretty decent. We have basically Candice LeRae ends up winning the match with the springboard moonsault and gets the win. After the match, Shayna Baszler, Jessica Mendouk, and Maria Shafir, the three of the Four Horsewomen, they came out there and beat up on Candice LeRae, basically ambushed her. Also, Io Shirai runs out there with a candlestick and basically wails on Duke, on Shafir and Baszler, and like she was shooting on them, like whipping them, like holy shit. And that was it. That was basically it. And then that one. I'm assuming that we're gonna see I'm assuming on the next NXT show we're probably gonna see a tag team match here, where it pertains to Maria Shafir and Jessica Mendouk. I'm assuming, and with Shayna Baszler obviously being at ringside, unless they do a 6-woman tag team match. I don't know that they will not. In that case, Candice LeRae and Io Shirai needs another partner. But the question is, who's that going to be? Who knows? But speaking of the next NXT show, I should also say this. Excuse me. I also should say this because I remember they did announce this on the show. I probably didn't see that part though, but they did announce that the Velveteen Dream will be facing Tyler Breeze at Takeover. But as I'm reading it, it doesn't say it's going to be for the title though. Well, I don't care. But let's see how the match ends up being too. Between Tyler Breeze and the Velveteen Dream. Well, obviously, people that been to the house shows of NXT, they've seen the Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze already. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see how they can wrestle on Takeover 25. So, but back to the whole NXT, the next NXT show, you're gonna have Mia Yim versus Bianca Belair, and you're gonna have Kushida versus Drew Gulak, or Drew Gulak, I meant to say, excuse me. In my opinion, they should have saved those two matches for Takeover 25. I mean, if WWE wants to go big with NXT Takeover 25, go big with it. Make more than 5 matches. Yeah, make more than 5 matches. Make about 7 matches if you can. But that's just me. But I'll get to the preview of it as well. Once I get to get done with this. Basically what pertains to on the next NXT show, and then I'll get to that preview. So there you go. Then we get to the main event. Matt Riddle and Johnny Gargano versus Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, representing the Undisputed Era, aka reDRagon, which is Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. They are reDRagon. So the match happens. Damn good main event match. This was the best match on the card on the show here so far. Not against the women's matches or the two new uppercomers on NXT. But yeah, the main event match picked it up a notch between Fish and O'Reilly versus Riddle and Gargano. Of course, you got some involvement with Adam Cole, baby, and then with him being taken out, basically it was all a distraction for Roderick Strong to come out of nowhere to cause Matt Riddle and Gargano the match against Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, with Matt Riddle taking the pinfall after the high-low combo by reDRagon onto Matt Riddle and gets Drew count in the win. After the match, Undisputed Era ends up beat up on Gargano and Riddle in the ring, and they stand in the group stand tall. Back to being a strong faction on NXT, where it pertains to Undisputed Era. And that's how they know how to shock the system. Just saying. Okay, there you go. And that was the show. Talking about wrestling for NXT, the show from May 22nd, 2019. Now, I believe it was 3 matches. Yes, 3 matches. And my overall strength for the show, I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10. And that being said, thank you all for watching. For It's the Natural Born Driller, saying peace on the streets. For this was your WWE NXT review. Take care.